So we had no injury concerns from the game in Townsville on the weekend. We got in some recovery up there, had a later flight home yesterday. Boys are home now resting. We've got a short turnaround, so we've got one opportunity to train well this week. And we don't expect there to be any problems from the team that played on the weekend. From the rehab group, we've got Sam Burgess. Now he picked up a little bit of a secondary infection, or we found a secondary infection in there a couple of weeks ago now. He's had that antibiotic line in. Hasn't really affected his training too much. He certainly can't do any training with the team, but he can do all of his running and all of his rehab that he's been doing on his shoulder, and that's progressing really well. He's in a really good spot from a fitness and a strength and rehab point of view. Now he has a follow-up meeting with the specialist tomorrow, and depending on the outcome of that meeting, we'll determine whether he needs to have that antibiotic line in a little bit longer or whether he can pull that out. And once he pulls it out, then he just needs to train and he'll be available to play. But we're really guided by the specialists and the medical team at the moment, and they're guiding his rehab at the moment. Okay, so Tom Burgess, with that ankle injury, has been out 6 weeks now. He started really building some good conditioning running and some straight line running last week. Got through a lot of volume, progressed really well through that, so we progressed into some agility towards the back end of last week. He's completed another session here this morning. We've tried to tick off some of his agility movements that are required to return to train, and he's just cleared that, so he'll return to training with the team tomorrow. Depending on how he responds to that, we'll determine whether he can play on the weekend. We're hopeful that'll be good, but we just have to wait and see how he responds to training throughout the week with the team. Alex Johnston, he started running on field now, so he's had that bone bruising in his knee, which was a secondary injury to the initial injury of the meniscus repair. So he started on field running now, and it's a really, really slow, gradual building process with that bone bruising. We just can't do too much and set it back a little bit. So he's just done his second running session out here this morning, and he's progressing well. But it's a slow progression from here, and we just need to make sure that we're ticking every box and we're not progressing him too quickly before he returns to training with the team. So he'll be on the sidelines this week. He won't be returning this week, but we're hopeful that it might be in the week after or the week after that.